Welcome everyone to the Onward VR Master League. I'm your host, Monorchid, and I'm joined today by my co-caster, Theta.
Hey there.
Together, we're excited to bring you this Pandamonium versus Delta Squad match in the Hiatus Tournament Week 4. As always, we at let's start again. As always, the VR Master League is brought to you by the good folks over at VR Cover, ProTube, Rebuff Reality, Fixed Gaming, Cyber Shoes, B Haptics, as well as you, the viewer. Let's see what their bans are. What do we got today, Theta?
Okay, so starting with the home team of Pandamonium, we have Subway as the ban.
Alrighty. And what do we have for Delta Squad?
Delta Squad elected to ban Downfall.
Interesting choices. I can kind of see Downfall. That's a pretty hard map, and not a lot of teams are really that fond of it. But what's your thoughts on Subway for Panda?
You know, I think a lot of it just has to do with, that's just a harder map to deal with, lots of, multi-layer complexity, especially moving in between the floors. And I think the Pandas might have struggled a little bit with that in the past. So I think in both cases, the bans are what we like to call bans for weaknesses, in the sense that they're just trying to stay off of maps that they don't feel very strongly about.
Right, that makes sense. What's our first map for today?
Looks like we're jumping into Cargo first.
Did I hear Bazaar? Did I hear Snow Peak? Quarantine? Oh no, just Cargo. All right.
Your second favorite map next to the old standby of Suburbia.
Yeah. It can be pretty exciting. It's a small map, a lot of close lanes, lots of action happening really quickly in the round. Can be really exciting. You got like those fast smoke plays, and you got like the slower, more methodical pushes. Really good uses of flash, smokes, and frags on this map. So we should have an exciting matchup here, and I think this is a map that both teams are pretty fond of as well. So we should see some good action.
Yeah, really looking forward to this. I know you don't like Cargo very much. It's not my favorite map, but mostly just because I've played it so much. I think as a map itself, it's fun to watch at the very least when you're casting like this, because a lot happens in a very short span of time. I mean, a round of Cargo could be over in less than a minute. There's not a lot of slow play that happens, with some exceptions. Of course, now that I've said that, every round is going to go down to the wire, naturally.
You mean like 20-minute rounds? Because that's what it feels like.
Yes, and so that for me is the fun part of Cargo, at least as a commentator, and sometimes it's fun as a player too when you get a round where things are just happening really fast. It can be enjoyable as long as it's going your way.
I mean, what isn't enjoyable when it's not going your way? Or
That's
when it's
true.
going your way? We'll see who comes out on top for map 1 of this matchup in the Hiatus tournament. Last week before the finals, which it hasn't really been decided who's going to be in that yet. There's still some matches to be played, but those should be really exciting, so do tune in for those. Is that next weekend, I believe?
The finals? Yeah, I think so.
And it sounds like we're going to get started here. Just bring us in here.
Good, we're all on the right side. First step.
Alrighty, guys. Just about to get started here in this Onward action. Just see how this shakes out.
I'm taking this one, guys. Alright.
Got a good cast today with Kesney, Nexus, D Baggins, White Fang, and Navaste on Pandamonium. Got Millium, new player with the quest.
And Navaste is taking an interesting position here in the center, proning underneath the door, hoping to catch maybe an overly aggressive center player here, but it looks like Delta playing very disciplined and staying right around the objective.
This is interesting. I honestly think Pandas are often playing pretty aggressively. Oh.
Wow.
Nice grenade by Scratch. You can see Navaste trying to get away from him, but she just couldn't.
Yeah. There's nothing you're going to be able to do about that when you're prone. You're just going to
Yeah.
get blown up.
Yeah, it takes some time to just get up there and get out of the way. And the grenade was just very on point.
Get those smokes, man.
Should only take one bullet to down or kill her now.
Go for it.
It's kind of funny that your prediction about the match being kind of slower is taking fruition. That said, the smokes are coming out in force. We should see a bit more movement here as the enemy team is very much smoked out. They're going to have to move a little bit out of position to cover these angles. Milliam does have a nice, you know, you only had to move a little bit to see through the smoke. Nexus looks like he's going to get in confrontation with him anytime. They're both kind of looking at each other. Navaste has pushed up in the center. Milliam takes out Nexus. White Fang trying to get that refrag. Navaste. Oh, wow. So much happening. Navaste takes out Deadly Driver in a trade. White Fang takes out Milliam in a refrag. And Reckless Pancake takes out D. Baggins. Grenade is thrown just a little too short there. Flash goes out. Not sure if that hit White Fang. Meanwhile, Kesney comes around the side, takes out Wilson, who pushed up a little bit on objective. Really don't want to get capped on this one. And now we're just down to 2v2. Really could go either way.
It was looking like it was really leaning towards Delta there for a moment, but then they flattened that out a bit.
Kesney should run into Pancake here in any second if he looks.
Left
Or
side,
White Fang.
on the left side, far left.
Oh, Kesney just got called out. Oh, but he
Oh,
peeks
nice
the same
shot by
spot
White
and
Fang.
gets shot.
Kesney pre-fires into the yellow room, just trying to see if anyone's in there.
Yeah, I don't know if they have an accurate count because I believe Navaste traded. So, oh,
And there goes Scratch. Just running out there trying to get that Hail Mary. Alrighty, so that was an interesting round. Like I was trying to say, I don't think Panda is really take that methodical slow play very often, but it really ended up working out for them. They got taken out, a lot of their players got taken out early, but then they got those refrags. White Fang really putting it to him with 3-0, bringing it back.
Indeed. Yeah, I think, like, for my perspective at least, one of the most important elements of playing Onward is controlling tempo. And so if people expect you to play really aggressively, they will prepare for that. And then if you don't necessarily play that, it can kind of throw them off. So that more slow, methodical approach, I don't know, I'm not in the heads of anybody that's playing right now, but it's like it caught them off guard a little bit and allowed the Pandas to off you. A few people were getting a little more aggressive in the middle.
Right. I just want to quickly say the rest of the Delta squad, as we didn't have enough time in that round, just too much going on. We have Scratch 69, Reckless Pancake, Deadly Z Driver, Milliam, as I said before, and Wilson playing today. At least for map 1.
Yeah, I'd be curious to see if either side swaps anybody in or out as the game goes on.
I wouldn't be surprised. I know Pandas do like to switch people out every now and again, and I'd be surprised if we didn't see at least one switch out on Delta as well, just depending on the map. Alrighty here. Match is going to be starting shortly, round 2. And here we go.
And Kesney doing some quarterbacking pre-round. And Nexus pushing up not too far, but just keeping a very close eye on that tunnel entrance on the right side.
Reckless Pancake almost gonna get his head cut off here, but he is staying crouched, keeping that those boxes covering him. Smokes are starting to come out from Milliam. Looks to be some limited smokes instead of oh, here we go, and the smoke screen has started.
Oh,
Nexus getting really aggressive in the center, taking out Milliam. Didn't expect that. Reckless takes out Kesney and Navaste in a wow, 1 for 2. Nexus takes out Deadly Z Driver. Ooh. Wilson takes out Nexus as well. Those aggressive defenses can work really... Wow, what a nice shot from Wilson. Catches him on that rotation there. Navaste giving away her position as she's down to call out Wilson. Give Beggins the opportunity to try to defend this objective. He's going to have to be a pretty aggressive here, as we could see a cap. Ooh, and Wilson takes out Beggins.
Oh.
Scratch, no. Oh. All right, well. Trading rounds. Always exciting. What do you think of that round?
I was watching Nexus for that because he had pushed up so far, and he really had a moment there where it almost looked like he could get a squad wipe, but just a little too exposed there for a moment. And then the, let's see, from their perspective, the right side of the Pandas defense kind of got compromised there. I was glad to see that Baggins just kind of collapsed in on that guy on the objective and got killed, because if he had stayed back and played more conservatively, chances are that could have turned into a cap. Could have just run into the container or something, or even capped from inside that little room. So,
right.
Nice play
Always
on both
a
sides,
risk.
though. Yeah, just very close round.
So I want to touch on that defense a little bit there. Like you're talking about Nexus, no one expected him to be pushing up the center. He took somebody out aggressively. I think it was Milliam, and they had no idea. But the problem was he had supporting lines from his team, and when the rest of his team got taken out on the flanks, he couldn't. The enemy could come from so many different angles and take him out and basically flank him, and that's what happened. He was looking everywhere, and he just got taken out by Wilson, I believe. So it can be really good, but it can also backfire as well.
The gamble you take on a general, but especially in a map like Cargo, things can just turn very quickly.
Absolutely.
I'm gonna try to...
All right, let's jump on in here. Round 3. How will these teams attack? How will they defend? And who will come out on top? Stay tuned.
Yeah, it seems like Delta, with the exception of Wilson pushed up to Yellow Room, playing a fairly conservative defense once again.
So interestingly, Wilson did make it into Yellow Room, but they tried to take him out as he entered, so they know he's there. When you can get into Yellow Room unseen, it's just so powerful.
Yep. Well, now the two is in there and they know it, so they have to account for him. The lasers on there, they're going to have to figure that out, because if Yellow Room has that angle on the center, he can take people out. So you must clear that room.
They're choosing to take this pretty calmly, moving up slowly, check their angles, try to get a pick. It really worked out for them before, so it looks like they're trying it again here. Meanwhile, on Delta Squad, they're just choosing to stay tucked, keep their angles. Wilson's peeking just a tad, but not too much. He's just trying to get an angle there, maybe catch White Fang out. But White Fang is staying far away from the door, so he shouldn't be seen by Wilson. They're going to have to make a move at some point.
Yeah, this right side from the defender's perspective, they have so much crossfire going on right there. That is just a death trap for anybody who steps on that side.
Feel like they don't have to shoot. They'll just cut you in half with the lasers.
Yep.
Navaste here about to peek, and there's a laser right on top of her. They take the shot, but it doesn't connect. Meanwhile, White Fang takes out Wilson, clearing out the yellow building, which is critical for attacking on this side, as now it's just up to Scratch and possibly Deadly Z Driver, who's taken out by Baggins. And this right side, the east, is really weak right now. Navaste takes out Milliam. Scratch gets a nice shot on Duquesne, and now we're down to a 4v2. This is looking pretty tough for Delta Squad to defend here. Smokes are going out to distract Reckless Pancake. Both defenders are going to have to be really on their toes here, not let a defender get in behind them, kill them both, or maybe even get a cap. Scratch takes some shots out. I think Reckless just... Ooh, Reckless gets taken out by White Fang. And now it's just up to Scratch defending last man up.
Ooh. And if they can swing around... Oh, I was going to say on the east side, they could potentially go for a cap there, but they get the kill anyway. Well, it is just the battle of the offenses so far.
Yeah, trading Marsoc rounds. That was actually a trend last match that we casted as well.
Yep. Yeah, I thought that east side defense was going to be so strong, but that was actually the first part that fell apart. It's like opposite day. Like everything that Theta says, let's just do the exact opposite now.
I'm okay with that.
Naturally.
So yeah, I think they got distracted when Wilson went down, and the rest of that team out there kind of tried to shift, but they all maybe tried to shift at the same time. I wasn't super watching that angle, just trying to kind of keep a wide angle on the action. But yeah, I think that maybe too much reaction to what's going on. It's pretty tough though in cargo, because once you lose a side, it's extremely dangerous. You got the opportunity for the enemy team to, you know, flank all the way around and get a cap behind you, or even just come up behind you and kill all of you, because the timing is just so tight on cargo because the map is just so small.
Yeah, you really can't play too static on defense. I mean, on downfall or something, if you lose somebody in one spot, you don't necessarily have to rotate, but on cargo, especially if two people go down on one side, you must make adjustments, because now the objective is going to be open. And people can just rush in with smokes and cap on you very quickly. It's just the nature of the beast on this map.
Right. And while they are exposing themselves to those rotations, or on those rotations, neither side is letting the other get a cap. So I do like to see that. Stopping the cap is the most important thing in Onward. Always, always, always. Let's just jump right on in here. Got some good quarterbacking, always something Kesney likes to do. Make sure everybody is aware of what's going on, where they should be, what he wants to see. Milliam very quickly takes out White Fang right at the beginning there.
Yeah, and Deadly Z Driver is already at the end of the tunnel. I don't think anybody knows he went there.
Nexus takes out Reckless Panda, and meanwhile Milliam gets a nice refrag on him. 2 pandas down to 1 Delta. Deadly Z Driver, like you said, is coming out of the tunnel entrance there. He does have a pretty good position, but he will have to contend with Navaste. Ooh, Frag comes out, but it's just going to be a little bit too far. Deadly Z Driver trying to push up, deal with that. Navaste gets the C4. Kesney's not going to steal my kill, but he does anyway. It's teamwork, right?
Exactly.
Milliam trying to look through the smoke, sees Kesney peek out there, tries to take a shot, doesn't quite get him. Navaste takes out Scratch, and D. Baggins takes out Wilson at the yellow room. And suddenly this Delta attack is down to just Milliam, and they all know where he is.
Yep.
I think he's reloading his LMG too.
Well, if he's going to take on a whole team, you'll need it. Oh, there we go. Wow. That was fast. I forgot to look at the timer before the end, but I mean, that couldn't have been more than, I don't know, like a minute and a half, 2 minutes. Yeah,
it was
quick.
Brutal.
Yeah, it all seemed to kick off with that Navaste C4 right in front of the tunnel. That was.
And while she didn't get the kill, she made that person die. That C4 was critical. Yeah. And it really helped them get like the edge on Delta that round. So I do love to see that teamwork there. Kesney was able to get the confirm. So really good teamwork. Let's see if Delta can bring it back. I think they had a strong defense too. It's just how the cookie crumbles.
Yep, this is just cargo, and now we have the pipes objective is what I like to call it, at least, because you got to cross the pipes to get there. This one always gets a little spicier than the other ones, in my opinion, because you have to make that cross. And even if you're really careful, pre-fire or somebody that's rushed up to the center left position here from Marsok's perspective can really cause you problems.
Yeah. There's a lot of ways to play this objective. Excited to see how everyone chooses to do it. And looks like Delta will be defending for the first one on this objective as well.
Yeah, so that was the first round where
Volk actually won.
Yeah, Pandas won on the defensive round, so this will make a big difference. I mean, Delta is in the stronger position technically just because they have a defensive round, but if Pandas are just conservative and play offense like they've been playing at the rest of this map, they could take this map.
Be a strong first map win, that's for sure. But you never know.
Yeah. This is Cargo, and this is Onward. It's not over until it's over.
And it's not over yet, because you still have one map sometimes. Alright, we got some early smokes here from the Pandas. A lot of fire going down, trying to stop the cross, but Reckless has already made it across. First critical point to defending this objective. Milliam's got a nice position just trying to cover that middle area if they try to cross to the objective that way. Reckless is on objective, ready to respond to any movement. Scratch takes out Nexus and White Fang. Beautiful play by Scratch, just holding firm, letting them come to him. Kesney's going to have to put the team on his back here as he rushes out, trying to take out Scratch, and he does. Critical. Critical. Kesney possibly heard that call out from Deadly Z Driver, or maybe Milliam. Not sure if he knows exactly where they are, but he knows somebody knows.
Yeah, Milliam's got his back covered by Deadly Z Driver, but if Kesney takes him out, he will be exposed. It looks like he's rotated back. They can hear each other or what. Oh, there's no doubt he heard that quarterback.
They should know exactly what's going on from the enemy team now.
Yeah. Oh, it looks like Milliam and Navaste about to have a moment together here. Oh, but then they both look away at just the last moment.
And Navaste, yeah, the trade happens. Wilson holding his position there. I do like that position. Not used super often, but I think it might catch some Pandas out here. D-Baggins holding firm. Ready to push in on objective once Kesney maybe gets one more pick. Some shots go out from D-Baggins, not connecting with anybody. He's going to look out behind.
Wow.
Oh.
I actually thought that would go for Reckless there just because that's such a dark area. It's so hard to see people back there, but maybe the muzzle flash was giving him away or something.
Whoa. Oh, go prone, Baggins, go prone. Oh, Kesney saves his buddy, old pal, who just almost got his head cut off. Did take a bullet to the shoulder there. And suddenly, we're going to have to see some strong defense out of the last defender here. Wilson, who is kind of back in this corner. Oh, drops his gun. No. There we go.
Yeah, I was wondering why there's only one shot. Did he run out of ammo there?
Yeah, he did. He had to do a reload, and then
oh, that's rough.
Then he rubbed some butter on his hand, I think, because it fell out, and he had to try and pick it up, but it's just so hard, you know? It's just like, look, get back in my hands. I need you right now. This is going to be tough for him. He has Kesney on his side, smoke coming out as well, and D-Baggins ready to run in and get a cap here. If he can just take one out before they know his position, it would be really powerful. One shot. One shot. One down. D-Baggins trying to give information. Kesney, I'm not sure if he can quite hear it or not. He knows exactly where he is. Takes some shots there. Wilson does know what angle Kesney's going to be attacking from. And here he goes. He's going for an aggressive push around, but Wilson comes out on top, getting the round and clutching it for his team.
Indeed. Good job there. I do wonder, too, if Kesney might have run out of ammo as he was coming around that pre-fire, because it looked like his gun stopped firing right there.
Whoa. Are you Are you trying to like talk about how superior LMGs are, sir? Is
I
that what I'm
wasn't-
trying to hear?
I wasn't trying to say it explicitly, but yes, you shouldn't have to reload on your pre-fires if you have the superior weapon choice of an LMG.
I don't know if we can go about there, sir. We'll have to take this to fisticuffs later.
Perhaps we will take it to the cage. But I
Or
will
maybe-
say though, Wilson had an LMG and he had to reload. So, not 100% true all the time, just most of the time.
Yeah, I bet he was just stressing out because I was on him and he drops the drum, right, and he goes to pick up another one, but he drops his gun at the same time. He's trying to grab it, and he's like grabbing the magazine that he also dropped, and he's like, "Ah!" That would be so scary and stressful at the same time. But he was able to pull it for his team there. He's 5-4 right now, keeping them in this game, and now they have the opportunity to cap on Pandamonium, which would win them the round, or even the map. So it could go either way now, and with that momentum as well of taking a win, anything can happen there. I love seeing those comebacks after losing a few times. You stun their momentum, you start your own, and then boom, you just start clicking.
Yeah, well, that clutch there by Wilson was critical because now, as you mentioned, they are in striking distance of taking the map. Either winning this round would put it to 3-3, which puts them in a defensive position on the deciding round, or they get a cap and just take it right here. So this is a pretty important round for them.
All right, this is round 6, right? Because there's
yes.
no caps or anything. Let's
35.
And there we go.
Oh.
White Fang already taking out Deadly Z Driver right off the start there, peeking down the center. Smokes are coming out. Wilson coming in through one of the center buildings here. Scratch on the other side, just checking his side. They're going to have to be really careful here as Scratch does see somebody. I think maybe that cross from Kesney. Scratch moving around the outside, trying to get the flank on. And White Fang takes out Millie in the center. Wilson gets the refrag. Kesney takes out Scratch. And Nexus finished off somebody, I think. So much going on. Millian trying to call for a pickup from Wilson, but Wilson staying steady, knowing that they're all watching him. Now we can just listen and feel what he's feeling right now. That close angle here. Listen, hearing all these callouts all around him. Enemy players possibly sneaking up behind him. And, he's doing the right thing here. He's trying to get a pick. Trying to lessen the disadvantage that he has now. Ooh, I think he maybe saw the tip of their gun. Tries to shoot them. Oh, actually tried to shoot them under the door, but he runs out of ammo. Navaste is aware of what he's doing, calls it out.
Yeah, this is a stressful situation to be stuck in. 1v4, and you're more or less encircled on the side that you want to go to.
Let's just take a look. You can see their feet through there, but it's pretty tough without going prone to see that.
Yes. Wilson electing to spider crab slowly and surely out of that position, which is probably the smarter move here.
Yeah, he's been there for a while there. But like I said, cargo rounds are infinite, basically, because he still has 3 minutes to make this happen. See, he's slowly moving around, doing the right play here, trying to catch out anybody on their team. Just kill and rotate, kill and rotate.
Oh, see, he might be able to pick up Milliam's LMG here.
That's what you want, isn't it?
Unlock his magical powers. Oh,
and there we go. He gets a nice shot into Nexus and Navaste, and there we go. Pandemonium down to 2.
Is he going to pull this off? That is the question.
Smoke comes out.
Kesney did rotate there. I think he knows, and now the smoke is out, so he's definitely going to know where he is. Oh, he probably saw that grenade.
Oh, D-Baggins catches out Wilson on that rotation there. Wilson almost had it. Valiant try. Yes. Really brought it back. from a 4-1 and bringing it to a 1-4, I should say, and bringing it to a 1-2. Really good job from Wilson. Did the right move there. All you had to do is keep them guessing where you were and continuously take them out. And he did that, and he had the reflexes to not just take out one, but to also take out Navaste, who he knew where she was from earlier when he tried to take her out. So really good move from him.
Yeah, that was a good try. He was in a bad spot, and he still managed to take some people with him. So can't help but commend him on that. He almost had it, really.
Alrighty, so now here we go on to Bazaar. Oops, wrong way of doing things. Let me fix that. There we go.
All right, and let's discover... Okay, so we have the Split Street objective as the starting objective.
That's a fun one to start with.
Yes, I think this is my favorite objective if I had to pick one, personally.
It's not even a contest for me. It has that balance of both being fun to defend and I feel like balanced, and also fun to attack. And I feel both teams have a lot of opportunities on this one. And you know, if defense plays it wrong, it's a really tough objective. But if they play it right, it can go really well for them too. So it just has everything.
Yeah, it's just fun. I personally, I'm also a little biased. I just have a lot of good memories on this playing with Mayhem. So this is, yeah, I'll always have a special place in my heart for this objective, both offense and defense.
Right, yeah, we've definitely clicked on this one. And I think Pandas have had some good ones on this one. I think everybody in general, or maybe I'm just projecting here. I just love this objective. Let's just leave it at that.
Indeed. I don't know. I like Bazaar in general as a map. I like, with the exception of Kiat, which is not my favorite, to put it lightly. I just really enjoy this map. I love the complexity, just the variables that are involved. It's just a nice balance.
I won't say it's my favorite, but there's some really good elements to it, and I think it's one of the more realistic and, dare I say, milsim of them all.
Oh boy. Grab your tack flashlights and your lasers, ladies and gentlemen.
Did you just say grab my ladies? Ooh.
Yeah, ooh. Oh boy. We'll slip there. But yeah, I know what you mean, though. I get the spirit of what you're saying. Like, you have to think about what you're doing on this map. I mean, personally, my favorite is Downfall because of that, but I think Bazaar is maybe second or third on the list.
Speaking of Downfall, I saw some pictures that Mr. Death posted. It looks pretty exciting.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. All right, so looks like we have a, what is this, a northeast spawn for Marsoc.
Anyone tuning in just a tad late there, Pandamonium was able to take map 1 on Cargo, and now we're going to see if Delta can clap back and take map 2 here on Bazaar. Wilson ran all the way across and did not get... I don't even think anyone saw him. It's going to be powerful for Delta as he is in their back line now. Meanwhile, the rest of his team mostly moving down the west side there. 3-man push. Million pushing down the center. He has the big gun, I think, and he's going to keep them on their toes. Meanwhile, Wilson was discovered by Nexus, who is throwing frags. If they know where you are, it can be a good strategy to just really keep their attention, because they might try and throw frags at you and waste all their utility when you're in a covered spot. That said, Millie, I believe, took out D. Baggins on OBJ, and so now the defenders are going to have to react to this, as not having somebody in that building is really tough defense-wise, because if they can slip down the split street here and get into the building unseen, there would be a cap. And just as I said, that Deadly Z driver makes this cross, but Kesney catches him at the last second, loses his life for it though as Scratch gets that refrag.
So the entire objective building is open right now. White Fang covering the west side. So there's a significant gap here in the defense. And if Scratch were, I mean, he has no way of knowing this, but if he were to push across, he would have a good chance of getting a cap in, although White Fang is now rotating back. So that is going to make that a little less likely.
You can see here from Milliam that he knows that the defense is going to have to rotate and make some adjustments here. And he could try and pick them off, but he chooses not to. Meanwhile, Scratch runs through the back line into the objective building. And we could see a cap right now. His tablet is out. Navaste comes in, checks in, and misses him. Takes him out, confirms the kill.
Wouldn't that have been something if she had just missed the shot and he capped?
I think I would be crying, honestly, that...
That's 3 bodies, I think I saw.
Good rotation there. They saw that the gap was there, and they immediately went and checked it. Now, he would want to see some movement, and that's what we're getting. White Fang is pushing out. Going to defend from the other side of the same building.
So Milliam gets the revive. Wilson knifes Nexus's helpless body there. And now it is a 2v2. Interesting. Milliam made the right choice there, came back and got the revive. And now they're pushing up on opposite sides here of the split street. Milliam electing to go into the blue room. Wilson on the south street itself.
Wilson actually almost got into a confrontation with White Fang. I think he even saw him, but White Fang did pull back. I don't think he's aware of his position. And Millie's in a great place to keep their attention, and he takes out Navaste. Now it's all up to White Fang to defend this objective, and this is what I'm talking about. This is a tough objective to defend all by yourself. You're really going to have to expose yourself, otherwise you are at risk for a cap.
So all up to White Fang here. He's in the right spot, though, because if they rush onto objective, he will know it.
They still have a minute, though, depending on where Wilson is. And they don't.
I
don't think they know where he is.
Yeah, Wilson could creep around from the south and cap from behind the Hummer. So,
what are you feeling right now if you're White Fang?
boatloads of stress.
There we go. White Fang takes out Millie across the street, but he doesn't know Wilson is sneaking up, and he's almost in position for a cap.
Yep, this is going to be close. And they don't, that window isn't open anymore facing towards objective, which is how you used to check that.
And you see, oh no, Wilson dropped a smoke. Oh no.
He's going to cap from inside the smoke.
Flash goes out. White Fang coming
seconds.
up with a... And
wow.
There we go. White Fang able to clutch it. There we go. That was a tough one.
That's an underutilized but great strategy, is to just throw the flash near the objective, because especially time running down like that, I mean, every second counts, and if you can force them to not cap just because they can't see the tablet anymore, that's a big deal. And it looks like Wilson had to abandon the cap as a result of that.
Right, yeah. It's so hard to know what to do, because, I mean, from us, it looked like a clear-cut cap, right? But for him, he didn't know what White Fang was doing. Was he rotating around? Was he checking the objective? Did he rotate across the street maybe and I didn't catch it? Who knows? Because we have like that bird's eye view, being the casters. We have this UI. We can see who died and who went where. Usually we have a mini map, but but basically we have all the information and they have none of it. They don't have a HUD. They don't have that overarching information. They don't know even if a friendly maybe traded when they died, or maybe they just got taken out. So this is a tough game for these players to do. There's so much that you have to think about and you have to measure, and just getting that coordination and teamwork right is just so difficult.
Indeed. Yeah, and that's such a stressful situation to be the last defender on that objective just because of what we saw, because you can't approach from the south side. So you could watch that north side of the objective all day long, but if you're not constantly bopping back and forth, you could get capped on. So tough situation for both sides.
Absolutely, and I think both teams played it really well there. We did see a rotation from Millie to go get a res. It's always good to get your friendlies up if you can before you go into the objective. You know, if you had the time to do so. And doing that gave them that opportunity to nearly take that round. So let's just jump on in here, round 2. Looks like we got 2 pandas pushing up the west side. When Kesney kind of in the middle there, throwing smokes already, getting their attention. Meanwhile, they have a really pushed up or pushed back defense, almost. Just trying, maybe looking for flankers from White Fang and Nexus.
And Navaste is already across the street. Nobody was watching that cross, and Baggins looks like he is about to go as well. Yep, he is across the street now, right behind Navaste on the west side.
Millie might catch out Navaste if she comes around here. He is trained and ready for this rotation. It almost kind of seems like they're letting them get across just so Millie can catch him out. That said, right as I say that, Millie checks out a different angle, allowing Navaste to get in. But Navaste is seen by Millie, and he catches her just before she gets in cover. D. Baggins, aware of his position, and now if he pops out, he's going to have to face 2 enemy players.
Scratch is about to flank Baggins right now, too.
And here we go. Nice flank from Scratch, aware that there's probably a second person on that push. Milliam tries to confirm his kill because more kills the better, right?
Always.
Meanwhile, let's jump over here to, I believe, the east side. Yes, east side. And they have made it across as well, which is always a difficult proposition for this east side push. And being behind them on the south street can be really powerful.
Yeah, and Kesney is simultaneously quarterbacking and drawing a lot of attention to his position in the marketplace.
And he's taken out.
Yep. It sounds like their kill count's a little off because they just said 1 alive. There are, in fact, 2 right now. But with a
there's
full...
1, there's 2.
Well, with a full 5, that shouldn't be too much of a problem.
What are they all shooting at?
I'm not sure.
Scratch might get caught out here by Nexus, and he does, taken out by Nexus. White Fang is pushing up slowly but surely. They are now aware of that south push, though. Oh, I want to see a frag right now on the Wilson and Z driver. Oh, never mind. I thought they were on the same side of the wall, but they're not. Let's see. Milliam might run into White Fang here. He's coming around the corner. White Fang heard him, but Milliam, really good reaction. You can hear the 2 different reactions. Milliam's like, oh, and White Fang's like, ah, come on.
All the emotions of Onward just boiled down to one moment. And Nexus is creeping along in the south here. He might see Wilson as he comes around.
Or he won't. Oh. There we go.
And meanwhile, at least on... sorry, go ahead.
Meanwhile, Deadly Z Driver going for that res, being really careful, expecting another player. And Nexus takes out Reckless Pancake. Z Driver does confirm White Fang, but Nexus is on the objective.
Oh, wow. Yeah, they are way off right now.
Oh, you got to be concerned right now. The res goes out. They need to react immediately. Fortunately for them, Nexus is playing it cool, waiting for any kind of movement from the enemy players. He does talk, giving Nexus that information of where he is. Unfortunate.
Yeah, I mean,
there's that fog of war for you.
Yeah, Nexus did the right thing based on his perspective there, because rushing into the objective is usually not a good idea.
And we're gonna see a kill. Trying to get them an angle, but he kept walking away from the camera.
Yeah, it was funny in that moment when Wilson died. His body flew all the way from that corner to underneath the Hummer. It was a miracle of physics. I don't think,
Boom.
yeah, I don't think that showed up on your screen, but I just wanted to point that out. So, wow, that's a lot of spice flowing on that round, I have to say. Nexus right on the objective. Also, the early crosses as well, Navaste and Baggins. And I think you might have been right. I think Delta might have just left that open specifically because they had that lockdown on the alley over there.
Right, yeah, they chose to take a bit more of a condensed defense. Let them get closer, but get them while they're in the open, and it did work for them. Millie was able to take one and keep D. Baggins pinned in the alley, allowing Scratch to just come around the side and kill him, no problem. So their defense definitely worked really well here.
Yep. Yes, well played. So let's see. It looks like it's turning into a little bit of a battle of the defenses here. And
Battle of the offense to battle of the defense.
indeed. Let's see. Let's find the objective this time. Okay, so get this bound. Okay, so we have the West Market objective now. At least that's what I like to call it.
Interesting. This one I think is pretty tough. For both sides, I think that's a mark of a good objective. Is that it can be really tough to attack, but also tough to defend. Just depends on how each team plays it, what kind of picks you see at the start of the round or beginning or whatever you want to call it. So let's jump into this next round here, round 3 of map 2. We got a cool 1-1 for both teams. How will they attack here? I think my second favorite objective is actually the east objective.
Same. That's a fun one.
And this one's all right, and then it goes downhill because you got Kiat.
Yep.
Kiat, the bane of many a team.
Mm-hmm. Source of much controversy. And it looks like, speaking of Kiat, I keep saying Delta because it's in the front of his name, but Wilson.
Yeah, please don't do that, guys. Put that at the end. That makes it so
we
much
know
harder
what team
for
you're
us.
on. So Wilson is creeping into the east side of Kiat, spider crabbing his way through there. But wow, Deadly Z Driver, I didn't realize, right on Navaste right now.
Yeah, I've been following him as he's got his night vision too. Unfortunately for him, I think his odd. Ooh. And there we go. See, he was staying quiet, but his mic is so loud that you hear his breathing, allowing Navasi to know he was just right there. C4 him and then come and kill him. Milliam tries to get a refrag, but Navasi isn't going to expose herself. At the very least, Milliam knows exactly where she is, as she did do a call out right then.
Yeah, Deadly Z Driver there was a victim of hot miking, no doubt, as Navaste pulled that trigger as soon as he breathed next to her.
The key to that is just not breathe for the whole round.
Just take a deep breath in and then never exhale.
Right, yeah. I mean, you got like the 15 seconds at the start, but then after that, you need to stay quiet.
Yeah.
Milliam coming here up. He knows there's no more C4. Trying to look. He actually thinks he's in the other building. Takes out Nexus, and then White Fang takes out Reckless Pancake. It's always fun when you're trying to hunt somebody, and then you find somebody else and kill them instead.
It's a nice little bonus.
Milliam trying to shoot Kesney there. What's happening at the rest of the world? Scratch is I don't know what to call this building without using my own callouts.
We'll just call it the two-story. Oh.
Milliam got taken out by Navaste there, kind of letting her. He knew where she was and just letting it happen, or just maybe expecting her that she maybe rotated into the building there. Can always be tough to try and juggle, trying to find the person that you kind of know where they are and extra threats. Meanwhile, let's jump onto Wilson here. Let's jump onto Delta. It just says Delta in the spacebar menu.
Well, White Fang has his laser right across the line that Wilson needs to cross.
I think Wilson's gonna try it too. Oh, he decides I'm not gonna do that, and oh no.
Oh!
No! Unfortunately, he shoots himself. So unfortunate. He is not sure what happened, but he shot himself.
I was watching him. I don't know what you have on your cam. It looks like he ended up shooting himself on that. I've heard that is a bug for people playing with stocks occasionally.
It's definitely unfortunate when things like that happen.
Yep.
Just
that's
gotta
too bad.
overcome. Meanwhile, Scratch says nobody's allowed in this market today. We're closed. Unfortunately, as he was walking forward, it exposed himself to White Fang. Knew exactly where he was. Able to take him out and bring this to a 2-1 for Pandas. Oh no.
Oh. Well, yeah, Navaste was really holding that position across the street from Objective well. She got the C4 kill and then got another one as he came around the corner. And that, I think that slowed down a bit of the progress over there. And then they were trying to push from the opposite side. Just, I think White Fang was holding that angle, watching south very well. And also, obviously, Wilson shooting himself on accident didn't help too much. So a lot of things going in Panda's favor that round. We will see what Delta does in response on defense.
If you're gonna shoot someone on your team, it's much better to shoot Theta, even if he isn't on your team. For or against, just shoot Theta.
Well, I mean, my favorite team kill target is Wookiee, so
I mean, I didn't want to say it.
we know you were thinking. We know.
Well, thinking is just a really mild way of putting it.
No, we've both executed on that one. we have done that.
I do dream about killing Wookiee at night, that's for sure.
Yeah, we both got Wookiee pelts hanging up on our walls right now. That's for sure.
Hearing his cries as we kill him, or more like complaints in the tent after. He's like, "Why'd you shoot me?" He should know.
Yeah, we know what you did. Okay, let's see. I want to see if they get the same spawn or not here. Okay, so now this time they spawned on the tank.
Let's see what the defense is thinking. Maybe if Wilson just talked lovingly to his gun, it wouldn't shoot him. Need some love and care.
Yeah, the gun was just demanding more respect.
Like a man.
And Navaste now in position to get some eyes on objective. And it looks like, who is this now? Never mind. I thought there's somebody in the south parallel to her position, but that is not correct. We do have two in Kiat for Marsoc and Kesne working his way through the market.
Wilson is actually crossing the street right now. Nexus, it doesn't look like he's going to catch this rotation. And now Wilson's going to have a nice position to shoot back towards objective. He's hiding in this little nook here under this awning. Or maybe even pushing up to this wall here. Really powerful move.
Yeah, I don't think Navaste saw that cross either, because I was hanging out near her position. I didn't hear any call outs, so...
I erroneously called her Nexus. My bad. Those pandas, they all look the same.
Yeah, they just, they're just out there chewing their bamboo. You can't really tell them apart.
Now, D. Baggins has both Reckless, Pancake, and Wilson to contend with, and he doesn't know where either of them necessarily are. Frag goes out. Nobody's gonna be there, unfortunately. Smoke as well. Kesne's trying to throw a smoke there to kind of aid with the center cross. Actually perfect for obscuring Wilson's view and getting his attention. But D. Baggins taking some shots into the palisades there should keep him aware that he does need to look over. Meanwhile, White Fang and Nexus have pushed up onto this side of the market here in this little cluster here and should be able to do some pretty good work there. They do have to clear the building, so it's pretty interesting not seeing any defenders across the street.
Yeah, D-Baggins still hanging out near that red truck.
Ooh,
He
nice
gets
shot from
pancaked.
D-Baggins. They're really concerned about that south cross. They have like basically 3 people watching it right now.
Yeah, I don't think Baggins has a way of confirming that kill either, so Res may very well come out.
D-Baggins takes out Millium and Scratch gets the confirm on him, putting the end to D-Baggins' reign across the street here. And now it's just up to Navaste on that center south push. Wilson, in his sneaky little spot across the street, takes out Nexus. White Fang is aware of him now, but he's going to have to deal with that crossfire in order to go get that res or possibly that objective. I think Wilson's position is kind of the linchpin of this defense, as he's really able to cover that street. Deadly takes out somebody. I missed it. Navaste? No. And here he comes. Ooh. Oh.
Oh, Kesne
Nava-
rushing. Oh, Kesne is on objective right now.
Oh, but Deadly Z Driver comes in for the defense. Nexus trying to give him that information. Now it's just up to Navaste.
Deadly Z Driver breathing very heavily in this stressful situation. Let's see. So almost, yeah, 2 other players resable on the Pandas, but Navaste has a tall order. Well, there's only one left now. She is rotating,
Let's
it
be
appears,
real.
to get to
Nexus.
White Fang.
Nexus wasn't going to get res there. White Fang looks like he's going to be confirmed too. That gives Navaste information though. Knows that Deadly Z Driver is nearby. He's walking around with his pistol one-handed. And he actually almost gets her. a little upset there. I think it maybe his like tracking went bad or something. He's just walking
Possible.
around with one hand pistol like a boss. Oh, she picked up his gun. She doesn't have time for this. 30 seconds.
Yeah, she's collecting a lot of stuff there for somebody with 30 seconds left. It's
Yeah,
just
she's
her.
out of ammo on her rifle.
Oh no.
How
Okay,
much
so
time do I have left? Oh man, I better do something.
yeah, Reckless Pancake in a pretty good spot here. She's not going to be able to see him very easily.
She
10
needs to
seconds.
rush across. She's trying to
Yeah.
get that kill to finish it. She has like 4 seconds left. Okay, Navaste, 4-second cap.
Yep, that's over.
What?
No. Reckless. He thought he lost.
Yeah, it sounded like he thought the cap went out there, but now just timeout on that one. So that takes it to 2-2.
It's always fun. You're like, no, I got capped on. Oh, never mind. We got this. yeah, it's all cool.
I'm actually a hero, believe it or not.
yeah. Oh, yeah, guys. Oh, man. It always
So-
feels good, though, being last one up and winning it for your team. You always
Yes.
get to saunter into that tent and be like, hey, guys. It's not like I won it or anything, but I won it, just so you know.
No big deal, guys. I'm just basically the savior of the team.
He did do the right move there. He stayed hidden. He covered the objective. I don't know if he was rotating or not, but it was the right play as it did win him the round.
Indeed. So now we have the East Market, as we'll call it, objective. Although it's not, I have to say, not much of a market. I know everyone calls it that, but I mean, there's like 3 items on sale here.
Hey, just because it's not Amazon, it's not Walmart, doesn't mean it's not legitimate sales.
I mean, it's a small market, but they're proud.
Yeah, they're proud. It's all homemade. Everything. Hand carved by their children.
So you're saying it's made by child labor. Okay.
God, there's no winning.
Nope.
No winning. Lovely child labor. How about that?
All right. So we get a little. I guess we call this. Oh,
Oh.
round reset. Okay, let's get some spicy team
I've
kill
started
action
just-
going. Oh no!
started-
Don't fire your guns. No.
Let's jump back here.
Yes, the key is to stab your teammates in a round reset so that nobody knows where you spawned.
You get so excited though. You're like,
Yeah.
oh, I want to fire my gun.
Yep, I know the feeling. You just want to unleash the dogs of hell, but it's better to stab. Just stabby, stab all your teammates.
Yeah, whenever someone talks about a round reset on Mayhem, you just see Theta grab his knife and they're like, I'm gonna take 2 steps over here.
Well, my favorite is when we're starting a round in a match, and then I see somebody from the other team drop right as the timer is finishing, and then I know just immediately to grab my knife and just wait, because it's coming. And I don't remember if I've ever gotten a full ace on that, get all 4 teammates in one go, but I know I've gotten at least close.
I have fond memories of running away from you as you have a knife out, and I'm like, no, you stay away from me.
No stabby. No stabby.
Looks like there was a drop for the pandas, being serious here.
Yep.
Probably just take a minute for them to get in here. Quick,
let me-
interesting fact. Go ahead.
Oh,
I'm just gonna
What
put
was
you
it?
on the spot.
yeah, I didn't know we were reciting panda facts here. So, for anybody in the audience that's not aware, a group of pandas is, and you can Google this if you don't believe me, called an embarrassment.
We say it out of love and
Yes.
to be factual.
So, if you're ever in a lobby with pandas, there's a group of them, at least 2 pandas. You can refer to them as embarrassments and be technically accurate in both the ecology, or I should say ecological and metaphorical sense.
Alrighty, so for these 2 teams here, Scratch's got the 4 kills, Deadly's got 5, Milliam's got 4, and let's see, for the pandas, Kesney's got 2, Nexus got 3, White Fang got 6. He's just been on a roll today.
Yeah.
Really, just on both matches, he's just really been able to take out the enemy team, give his the rest of his team that opportunity to push forward and move towards the objective, and really put the risk of the cap out there.
And looks like Navaste is back in the game. It looks like she was the one who dropped.
Technical issues do happen, that's for sure.
Yep.
And the let's see. Oh, and Reckless takes out Nexus. Nice shot. Kesney, meanwhile, takes out Wilson. So much fire here, honestly. That's pretty exciting. There's so much going on. Milliam trying to shoot through the palisade there, take out White Fang. Not quite able to do it. Keeping his head down though, allowing Deadly Z Driver and Reckless Pancake to move up. Grenade goes out onto Driver, but just not quite on top. Kesney tries to pop out, maybe get a kill or confirm there, but he's just not going to be able to manage it. Deadly Z Driver does get across the street here, just barely. Oh, Kesney's got another sort of utility. Nice frag. If it was just a little sooner, would have caught Kesney, so really good idea. Trying to check for a body. Not going to find it. Looking through the crack, didn't quite see him. And now he's going to pop up here. Oh, and just missed Kesney. But Kesney just caught the tip of his elbow there. Tries to run around to get him. Getting a little bit too aggressive there as Pancake got his back. And Milliam also got White Fang back. And suddenly the objective is wide open. Scratch coming up the hallway. D Baggins trying to cover it, but Reckless Pancake is going to be able to push up and start that cap if he so desires. Scratch takes out D Baggins, and now it's just up to Navaste. They are all in and around objective here. This is definitely a cap opportunity. And Reckless takes out Navaste.
Yeah,
Yeah, I got the kill. Who cares about that?
Oh, hell yeah.
I mean, I don't say that, but I'm thinking that when I get the last kill and, you know, rob the team of the cap. But you know what? I got a kill.
Yes, you're normally stoic and reserved externally, but inside, you're that guy flexing his muscles in the mirror over and over again.
That's it.
Every angle.
That said, they didn't necessarily know that there was only one left, so being aware of, you know, where the enemy team is and how many are dead can always be a challenge. Yep. It's just always a lot more confusing than it looks like up above for us. So, all jokes aside, all in good fun. They did take the round, and that's what matters.
Yep, and now Delta Squad in a position to take this map and bring it to a tiebreaker map. So they technically have the advantage here because they're on defense. And this is one of the spicier objectives for sure because you have multiple angles to cap from. But it's also one of those objectives, it's an enclosed space. So if you just play a tight conservative defense, it is a little bit easier to just lock it down than some of the other objectives like Hiatus.
Right. And just going back there on that round, to get to that point that they were at, Delta used that quick spawn. They got into position and they were aggressive but measured at the same time, and they were able to just smoke the pandas this round. And just because they were just working so well together, it was really nice to see that coordination and seeing how I think it was Deadly Z Drivers trying to look through the window, and Kesney knew exactly where he was, and he tries to rush out and get him, but Millie has got his back. And that's the kind of teamwork we like to see here in the VRML, is that's what we're trying to strive for. And it really just won them the round, I think.
Yes, excellent coordination by Delta on that last round. See if they will repeat that on defense. And it's a different spawn for the pandas. So they are not getting the quick spawn that Delta got last time.
Gotta put a little bit more legwork in there.
Kesney singing a song about not getting the quick spawn because they are pandas. That old top 50 standby, as I'm sure you'll remember from your youth.
Yep, absolutely. Wilson's going to try and push for blue room. Panda's deciding to just kind of get their battle line going, push forward slowly, but assuredly. Nexus coming out here on North Street, maybe trying to catch somebody out, doing a rotation on North Street, getting a little reckless, or not really reckless, but what's a good word? Can't think of the right word, but there we go. Scratch taking some shots on the North Street here. White Fang and Nexus and Kiat trying to push up. Meanwhile, D-Baggins, Kesney, and Navaste all kind of just pushing up slowly in the market here.
Yeah, they have almost a straight line across the map right now. And Nexus goes down on the North Street from scratch.
Yeah, so he did hold his position and was able to come out with a kill here. Now he's just got White Fang maybe to get, or maybe White Fang will get him.
There's so much tension in the air on this round. You can feel it. White Fang getting close to Deadly Z Driver here.
You guys have that north road still?
He knows exactly where he is.
Yeah, you just heard that for sure.
Let's be real, though. You always expect someone in this building, though.
That's true. On this objective, it's standard. Oh, wow. Excellent shot there.
Yeah, White Fang thought he saw him, but he really just saw ghosts. It happens, especially those dark windows. You're never sure.
New plan. Spread out.
So 3 left on the Pandas to Delta's 5.
Kesney trying to take out Deadly Z Driver through the window. They're trading shots. D-Baggins slowly moving up here, taking that cover and distraction to get into position and maybe pop up and get a closer angle onto Deadly Z Driver. Meanwhile, Oh, Kesney. Oh, trying to
cry?
fake his, more like his death cry.
Oh, he's pretending like he went down. Got it.
Yeah.
I was late to that one. I just heard it as I was flying around.
Meanwhile, D-Bagon's like, bro, I'm right here. Don't shoot me. Minute 55 left. Delta doing a great job here. 5 up. Everyone's holding their angles. Deadly's pulling back a tad as there's not much time left and he can hold this angle.
Navaste.
But he pops out and Navaste takes it.
3v4, just about a minute and a half to go here. And Delta playing very disciplined on the objective. Scratch and Milliam look like they're rotating back now, which is, in my opinion, the right move. Compress on objective as time is going down, and they just lost somebody. So really get eyeballs on the objective and just stop the cap more than anything.
Right.
They can afford to lose just by dying, but they cannot afford a cap right now.
Yeah, cap would be a big upset right now. Meanwhile, Milliam is deciding to push out and flank the defenders here. And now he's in a position to cover this street cross. If he just looks across, he will see Kesney, and he takes him out. Now it's just up to Navaste and D-Baggins here. And Navaste honestly is stuck because if she has to deal with Millie.
And Milliam does the right thing here and falls back. Just wasting time here for the offense. Oh, wow.
Millie gets taken out by Navaste. D-Baggins also takes somebody out. Now it's just up to a 2v2. Scratch is really far from objective right now. Of course, D-Baggins doesn't know that. If he can take out Wilson, though, we could see a... Nope. Nope, we won't. We won't see that as Delta Squad takes out D-Baggins here. And now it's just up to Navaste. She has 10 seconds left. She needs it. And she's taken out by Wilson. Doing a great job defending the objective there. They really stayed on top of it and made sure every angle was covered. And in the right moments, after they got several kills, they were able to have Millie flank out and just get that kill that really disrupted their movement and stopped their teamwork. So I really like to see that. What's your thoughts on that last round there?
Yeah, Delta did a lot of things right on that. For the most part, there was a little bit of flankiness at the end, but they were mostly playing around the objective, just playing smart and draining just tons of time out of the offense, forcing them to take their time. And at the end, offense just, they didn't have the seconds on the clock to attack in a way that would give them the advantage. So well played on that side.
That went really well for Delta. I think that they were really executing their defenses really well. They worked together. They used Millie to flank out and attack the enemy team where appropriate. And it just kind of was all falling in line, and everyone was meshing really well.
Yeah, you can see them clicking on that map. So that takes us to our tiebreaker now.
We've been getting all these exciting maps for maps in our 2 first casts. I'm really excited to see that. Nail biters. Either team could win, and our actual next map here is going to be... Can you guess it? Can you guess it? It's Subway. It's Subway! It's Suburbia! Even more exciting.
Yes, I think we all know what you wanted to see, but this is what you get.
I wasn't trying to say it, but, it just comes out sometimes.
Well, they both start with sub, except that one of them is both a type of sandwich and an excellent map, and the other one is just kind of a boring place to live and is also a subpar map.
That said, we can see some really fun action on this map. And especially in the best lane of all lanes, lane 4.
It is the lane of kings, as they say.
If you like school, if you like order, you like lane 4 because that's where the bus is.
Mm-hmm.
And you really have to take your time on it because there's 3 stop signs, I think, on the school bus. No, 4 signs, 4 stop signs. You will stop.
Wow. Yeah, they really want you to stop on the backside in particular.
Honestly, there's been a lot of violations as players really haven't taken the time to stop at the bus 4 times every time they come to it. So,
Well, to be fair, so if you're coming from, let's see, the north side, there aren't any stop signs on that side of the bus. So, like, you're coming from the hedge side, you don't see those stop signs. It's only when you're coming from the APC that you really get violations going here.
right, but you should just know it's a school bus. You gotta really worry about those kids. You never know when one might just run out of this door here.
And I think the rule is actually you need to keep 50 feet from a school bus too. So I think regardless, we're all violating that rule pretty regularly.
Unfortunately, there's not 50 feet possible as there's not enough players, but I'll keep that in mind. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So it looks like we lost somebody on Delta Squad. I think it's, Deadly Z. He's the one who dropped here.
Is it surprising that it's him because this is the map with cars on it? Like,
Deadly Z driver.
yeah, why wouldn't you want to be in the map with cars if you're a deadly driver?
Well, it depends on who you're deadly towards. Is it deadly towards the driver or the people on the road? Because if it's the people on the road, then you'd want Deadly Z driver there. Just point him at the enemy and run him over, right?
Run him over with a knife out. Doing our best to simulate car combat in Onward.
Yes. Milsim car combat.
You have to make the sounds though too. You have to go like and then knife him in the butt. Unless you're driving like a Tesla, you know.
Yeah, I think the Teslas come with sound packs, actually, if I remember that correctly. You can actually change the sound that comes out of it.
That's actually where the deadly comes from, as he nefariously unplugged those.
Terrible.
Yeah. Oof.
Yeah, I'm gonna send a message to the Keptones here and see what's going on. See if everything's okay, if we should jump into an intermission or not. Because they might be swapping somebody in, or there might be technical difficulties. Hard to tell right now.
Yeah, it's definitely tough. I think we're going to jump to a quick intermission. Should probably be a short one. But we will be right back with the action. Stay tuned. Hello, everybody. Sorry for the wait. We do have a little bit longer here. We're having some technical issues on the teams. So we will be right back with you after that gets sorted. Please be patient and thank you for sticking around. We'll be back shortly again. Hello, everybody, and welcome back. Looks like we're going to be playing this one out. Unfortunately for Delta Squad, it will be a 4-man instead of a 5-man, at least for one round here, as we wanted to get the action started for you. Or they did. They know they have an audience. Adoring audience. Alrighty. The first shots ring out here. Kesney trying to shoot through the bushes here, trying to catch Wilson, but Wilson is actually on the porch there. You never know with these bushes, though. Might as well take those shots. Try to get somebody. Meanwhile, lane 4. Smoke's going out, trying to cover across from Baggins here. Milliam's in a nice little position. He looks like he's out in the open, but he's actually just got the building covering him. And he should be able to catch this cross if he was standing, but D. Baggins is crouched. And there we go. He takes out D. Baggins there, lane 4. Now we're down to a 4v4 and it is evened up.
Yeah, Navaste, White Fang on lane 1, just taking their time. A C4 just went off a minute ago. I think Wilson triggered that. Did not find anybody.
Those porch spots are so deadly because you have all that sound. And I think pandas are choosing to play it safe, go slow, because they know that they're using C4. The teams either seem to use C4 or they don't, and it just seems to be one or the other, really stark, you know?
And Navaste creeping around on lane 1. Scratch is over by the objective, but he is prone behind that barrier, so she is not going to be able to see him. Delta, Wilson might be able to... Oh, grenade goes out.
Millie catches Nexus over in lane 3-4 area. Reckless calling out that he's taking fire as shots come out. Smoke coming out. Good communication from Delta here. Doing a great job of keeping everyone aware of what's going on here. Definitely with a one man down, they need to be extra good on the comms, and I think they've been doing a swell job with that. And also, good job by Millie covering that whole side, lane 3 and 4, all by himself, and doing really well for himself there as well. Already up 2 kills.
Yeah, and White Fang and Navaste moving up. Scratch is now out of his barrier position. Navaste likely to see him here.
Battle of the Prones.
Yeah.
And it looks like she's going to catch him out here. Laser's on him, and he down Scratch. Wilson's going to have to deal with this push across here. Oh, Navaste swings around and takes out Wilson. Now Millie's trying to look across, but Reckless takes out White Fang just in the middle of the lane there. And now Navaste is going to have to be really careful as everybody is looking her way. This is, meanwhile, a great opportunity for Kesney to push up, but Navaste is just on a roll, shooting enemy players left and right. And now, if Millie doesn't react, I think she can get over to objective without being seen. Let's jump over and see what he sees. Oh, but he will not. She will not be able to do that. And here she goes. She's attempting that cross. Millie sees it and catches her out, defending the objective there. Now Kesney, meanwhile, trying to push across, maybe attack from that same angle there, as Kesney was originally in lane 3 and 4 area. And so now he's just... That said, he gave away his element of surprise right there.
Oh, the problem is, though, that Milliam is watching for a pop-out, but if he misses as Kesney comes out, he is going to have a real problem here.
You can see this laser here. Billy actually, while being really far away from objective, has a pretty good coverage for it.
Yeah. I think he is doing the right thing from that position. And Kesney is going back and forth here. Not much time. He's got 20 seconds now.
All Millie has to do pretty much is hide and cover the cross. If he sees the cross, and will he catch him out? And he does.
Wow.
Millie staying cool, not letting being the last man keep him worried at all as he just kills everybody.
Yeah, 4K on that opening round for Delta, and they were down a person too. So 4v5, they come out on top, and it looks like, Deadly Z Driver was back in for a moment, but he is out again. So potentially still having technical problems there. But yeah, Milliam really holding it down for defense on that round. Excellent work.
Yeah, look at Millie with 4-0. That's always an excellent first round kill score. Navaste not doing too bad for herself either. She was on a rampage, taking out people left and right. No one expected her to be, kind of prone out in the open, but it really worked for her. As no one was expecting it, and she had her side covered, I believe, by the concrete barrier. Looks like Deadly Z Driver is going to try and make it in for this next one. But will he be able to stay in? That's the question.
Yeah, I hope so. I know it can be frustrating when you're trying to play and the game just won't let you.
No.
His team...
No playing.
You don't get to participate. Sorry. So it is nice to see that he is in here. Hopefully he stays there. And his teammates did a solid there and, still won even with a 4v5. Oh, here we go. Yeah, it looks like Deadly Z Driver will be able to participate.
Yeah, good work from Delta on round 1 there. Will Panda be able to clap back and defend this objective? That is the question for this round.
They just need to coalesce into a very strong embarrassment.
That's a really weird sentence.
Yeah,
Really
the
weird
iron
sentence.
embarrassment, you could call it. Soviet Union had the Iron Curtain. They have the Iron Embarrassment on defense.
Sounds like Little Giant or Biggie Smalls or something like that.
A lot of 90s references thrown in there.
Yeah. Millie's got the big gun, trying to just kind of pre-fire into these lanes, catch anybody trying to do a aggressive defense. Panda's opting to stay pretty far back there. A lot of people on the very north side. C4 goes off, but doesn't catch anybody. What's interesting, though, about the C4 is if you hit somebody directly where they're close enough and they die instantly, they make no noise. So you never quite know if you caught somebody with your C4 or not. You can't always have that sound effect to go off of. Meanwhile, Wilson takes out White Fang lane 1. Kesney takes out Reckless Pancake, who is getting a little aggressive there. Lane 2, I believe. Grenade goes out. D Baggins with his SKS takes out Deadly Z Driver. No drive-by knives today. Oh, but his grenade takes out Millie. Death or kill from the grave. Nexus gets that confirm. It's not gonna look a gift horse in the mouth. And Wilson's capping, actually. He's on objective. I didn't even look low enough. And there he is. He's on objective.
Wow.
And there we go. The cap happens. Kesney upset, takes him out at the end, but that doesn't matter. The cap happened. And now Pandas are going to have to really put, everything out there in order to come back from the 0-3. It's happened, though. You never know what's going to happen, but Delta is just on a roll.
Yeah, that really caught me off guard. I was all the way on the other side of the map, and then I looked towards objective and saw an outline and just rushed over there as quickly as I could. That was very sneaky, especially they had somebody on the porch watching that approach. I guess, again, I didn't see all the details. I'm assuming there were smokes or some kind of distraction there because he was surrounded and he still didn't get spotted.
So that team kill happened. Let's just do the play-by-play.
Okay.
The team kill happened, and then Nexus popped out and shot him. And then I think everyone was just kind of looking towards that lane 2 entrance. And that gave Wilson that little window to push across and get behind the Heskos. And I didn't even really register it at first because I was just kind of watching what was going on back, like further back in like lane 3 and stuff, looking at outlines and stuff. And I looked down, and there he is. He's just on objective. He's just like, I guess I'll cap this. And so he did, giving his team 2 points and bringing it to a 0-3. And Panda's got a lot of work ahead of them if they're going to take this map.
Especially since they are now playing defense, or excuse me, playing offense. Let's see, I need to find, it's just so caught up in that moment, I didn't set up the objective here, but it is on what at least used to be called Burning Building on lane 4. Yeah, I mean, to win this, Delta, all they really have to do is just play conservatively on this round, not take too many risks, and they could potentially lock the match down.
See how this nail biter of a round goes down. D Baggins already pushing across, just trying to pre-fire any kind of quick movement. Millie takes out Kesney in lane 3. No one's allowed in lane 3. We all know the rule. Meanwhile, Wilson is in a good position to catch out Nexus. 2 reses are available. Oh, he confirms both of them, though. Unfortunate for him, for Nexus, that res is not going to be going out. A grenade confirmed for good measure as well. Meanwhile, White Fang and Navase have made it into center house. And where is their last player?
He's on lane 4. Baggins is near the school bus.
Oh. He's stopping. That's good. White Fang takes out Reckless Pancake. Evening this up a tad here. They definitely know their position now. Scratch in spawn house. Just firing at Wilson, it looks like, or maybe in the bushes next to him. Deadly Z Driver was not going to let this movement happen from Baggins, who has decided to pull back a tad. Pull back and hide from my camera, as I like to think.
So they've got plenty of time here. Still 3.5 minutes. And if they could take Scratch from the middle house, then they would have a pathway to move. But as long as he is threatening from those windows, they are going to have problems getting around to the objective.
D Baggins pops out, tries to take out Deadly Z Driver. He pulls back into cover just in time. Wilson's turns around, ready to defend a fast movement, and Deadly Z Driver, from that kind of side position there, really sneaky, takes out Baggins. And this offense from the Pandas is starting to look pretty bleak as Millie takes out Navaste, who is trying to push out of the center house here. And now it's just up to White Fang to clutch it for his team. Millie putting the required 70 bullets into every body that he sees. White Fang takes out Wilson.
Yeah. What's interesting here is that if he...
And there we go. Scratch shoots White Fang from the window, held his position, watched the angles that he needed to, giving him the round and the map. And
the match.
The series.
Yep. Well played to both teams. Congrats to Delta on the win there. And that was... Wow, that was just a very close match the whole way through.
Sorry, can I show the scores, guys? Everyone's already filtered out, or began filtering out there. But wow, what an explosive last map there. Delta, you know, it took a little bit of time, but they just started clicking. They were just on it. They were on it, and they were working together. Even with 4-man up, they really were able to work together and bring that win out for the last map.
Yeah, I mean, that cap by Wilson really turned the tide there. And especially, I've been in that position where you get capped on even though you have several people up. It's demoralizing. Like, there's just no ifs, ands, or buts about it. When somebody gets that on you, it doesn't feel great. And then you got to go and be aggressive and play offense. That's just a tough situation to be put in.
Yeah, it's really tough to get in the right headspace. That's really what it's about. You got capped on. It's going to be tough to come back from that because you're going to have to win a Marsoc round right after losing a Volk round. But you just got to stay strong and you got to push through and overcome.
Yeah.
But they did put a good effort there. Everyone gave it their all. It was a great match. And everybody, I think it was just kind of like a nail biter as both teams won a map, and it was just going back and forth and everything. So I really enjoyed watching that. Do you have any thoughts on the other maps that we saw today?
No, nothing that I haven't said already. Again, just great match altogether. Very close all the way through to the end. So thank you to all the players and everybody at home watching as well. It was fantastic being able to cast this match.
Absolutely. So this has been Pandamonium versus Delta, brought to you by Monorchid and Theta. Monorchid with an I, not an L. We would like to thank the VR Master League for providing this format for the teams, our moderators, our sponsors, and especially you guys. Really enjoy seeing y'all here. Thanks for tuning in and spending your time with us. And hopefully we should see some more matches coming up. Like I said, there is that final. This should be, I believe, next weekend, roughly. I don't think it's 100% ironed out, but definitely tune into that. There will be a lot of casts, I'm sure, for those matchups, and they should be really exciting to see who comes out on top in this tournament. For the Hiatus tournament, I should say. Anyways, have a wonderful day, guys.
See you later, everybody.